Hi everyone. So welcome to this introductory video for the master course on empirical legal research. As you might know already, this course is also part of the Jean Monnet Chair in European Union Law and Politics that mainly aims at promoting interdisciplinary and empirical knowledge and skills among the law students from the Faculty of Law at the University of Copenhagen. So what I'm going to do in the next couple of minutes is to give you an introduction or an overview to the course and also to discuss some of the elements that might be considered relevant for your future enrollment in this amazing course. So first of all, it's important to know that this course has been designed for to attend to the increasing demands, necessities and demands coming from the legal profession, but also from the academic environment for incorporating new methods, tools, and techniques that might improve the analytical capacity of our students. So in this regard, what this course is doing is to bring different elements, approaches, and methods from other social sciences disciplines, and we use them for increasing the students' awareness and understanding of the legal process and the functioning of the law. So with that purpose, we put together what we think is a very interesting and engaging teaching program that tries to develop certain specific and relevant skills for the students. So first of all, we are very concerned with the capacity of our students to think or to use other sources beyond the letter of the law. So in our case, we are trying to increase the capacity of our students to identify additional sources of data and information that can also be useful for exploring the legal phenomenon. So we will suggest that instead, maybe sometimes it can also be useful for them to interview judges who apply the law instead of going to the decisions, no? Or maybe as a way of supplementing the decisions that they are analyzing. So the second capacity that we try to improve is their autonomy for carrying out research. We think that by adopting these methods and by attending this course and learning from this course, the students will be more capable to implement autonomous research and legal analysis. And finally, and most importantly, so we think that this course will also increase the capacity of our students to integrate other methods and approaches in the legal reasoning. So it will be a way of socializing them in other way of doing legal work. Also, that will open new horizons in their analysis and understanding of the legal phenomenon. That it became very important, for example, for addressing some kind of multidisciplinary challenges connected with migration, climate change, populism, etc., etc. So having this in mind, so we designed a course that focus on two pillars or two important aspects. So the first one is the idea of what is an empirical research design. And so here what we will do is to spend some introductory classes or to develop some introductory classes where we are trying to make clear so what is an empirical research design, to what extent design is different from other type of research designs for the study of the law. We will also introduce and discuss key concepts that are crucial for developing a debate and also for learning methods. In this case, I'm referring to concepts like research questions. So what is an empirical research question? So also what is the difference between quantitative and qualitative methods? The idea of method selection and data selection, why they are relevant. Also other ideas like operationalization, causation, correlation, and their interrelationship, etc., etc. So we will work on the basics of the empirical research methods that will be settle the foundations for the next step in the course, that will be learning methods. So as I just advanced, so the next step in the course will be learning methods, how to implement the methods, and for that purpose what we do is to adopt a hands-on approach where students will be actually engaged with the methods. It will not be about lecturing, it will be more about offering the tools, concepts, means, and enough supervision to the students to implement by themselves this type of methods in whatever empirical analysis of their interest. So, of course, there is one problem. So there are so many empirical methods that can be learned. So what we decided to do is to make a selection of the most common and useful methods in the study for the study of law. So the final selection is based on methods like comparative methods, interviews, surveys, text and discourse analysis, and also we have some introduction to the idea of statistical analysis that can also encourage students to do more engage in this type of, I would say, education. So this is more or less the basic structure. So most of the time of the course will be invested in learning methods, as I said before, with my supervision, and also with the help of your students. So, and this is where I will talk a bit about the teaching method. So the teaching method here is based on two basic principles. It's learning by doing and also feedback. So here the idea is like you get some kind of basic introduction and also some lectures where you're going to learn how to do things. But at the end of the day, what really matters and will make a difference in your learning are different exercises and activities that will be developed in connection with implementation of the method. For example, how to use certain software to make a text analysis, how to design questions in a proper way, in a way that, for example, is not going to discourage people to answer. These kind of things are the kind of activities that we are going to have all the time in class. This will be one element that will be present during the whole course. So hands-on and then feedback. So the thing is that once you do the exercises, an exercise in groups, individually, as homework or during the class. So the most important, I would say, element would be the kind of feedback that you will get from your colleagues. So because also we have to understand that sometimes we learn a lot from what the others have to share from us, and also from what I have to say. So from what I have to add to your ideas or exercises or activities. So that would be one of the main pillars in the learning of this course. Learning by doing, and then feedback. As I said before, feedback that will come from your fellow students and also from myself. So then that leads me to the last point that I wanted to comment with you, that is connected with the exam. And the exam here, we also wanted to become very pragmatic and also to do it in a way that it will really motivate you and attract your interest. So here, the criteria that we established for grading your performance in the course will be based on a research design that you made by yourself on any kind of idea of your interest. So what we do here is to encourage students to, for example, advance or think about their MA thesis project or idea, and then try to find a way of implementing empirical research design. So that will be basically the kind of activity that we want from you when we have to assess your performance and your knowledge from the course. So most of it, and of course there's a lot of variations on how you can always do it. So you can always try to mix different methods. You can try to mix legal doctrinal methods with more empirical methods, because you think it will be useful also to hear whether your interpretation of the law will resemble the other interpretations of the law coming from other important actors. etc., etc. So there is a lot of flexibility on how to determine, first of all, the research question, as well as the kind of methods. And this is something that we will establish a process that I think it will be useful for going through this process. So there will be some individual supervision meetings where we're going to meet up and discuss about your research design, your research question, the different methods that you can apply. So then after that, we have some kind of continuous feedback that you will get from different exercises that we are performing in the course. So the thing is that your idea for the master thesis will be some kind of continuous element that you can play with and use for learning the different methods that I'm going to teach you in class. Okay, so most of the time what I will do is like, can you find something that you think interesting that we can analyze with this method, and then you will bring it, and then I will show you a way to do it. So you will save a lot of time and effort by learning how to apply or how to enforce this technique in class. So individual supervision meetings, then continuous work on your MA topic or master thesis topic during the exercises in class, and then at the end we will have a final peer feedback assessment that will take the shape of a workshop, where students will also have the chance to discuss again their topics and also to get suggestions on how to improve their research design from your fellow colleagues again, and also from myself. And sometimes there are some surprises. Sometimes we have some guest lecturers who come and comment on the paper. But that would depend, of course, on your interest. Something that, for example, I will ask where you will be interested in. So I think this is more or less everything. So there is a final question. So there is any formal requirements? There is no formal requirements. Everyone is welcome to join. What you really need is motivation and curiosity for broadening your view to the legal phenomenon. So if you have this kind of curiosity, I welcome you to join this course that will happen in autumn 2020. So you will be more than welcome to be part of this, I would say, family, where we really enjoy our time. So I can tell you from previous experiences in learning how to apply different approaches and methods in learning when we are doing research about the law. So no formal requirements. As I said before, some kind of interest and curiosity in these methods. I think that something that is very important maybe for you to make a decision is the fact that here what we are doing is also to advance your MA research topic. So we are trying to help you in implementation of the research design of your master thesis. So if you also have a strong interest in advancing in this direction, so this course can also be very useful for you. So we will also help use different tools and instruments that will make you reflect about the research design of your master thesis. Master thesis that sometimes can also become a kind of ongoing research if you are also considering doing more advanced studies like PhDs, or maybe become some kind of professional that is highly engaged with this type of methods, and also discussions with other scholars from other disciplines that use this type of methods. So that's more or less everything. I hope that you found this video useful. So if you have any questions or doubts, you can always contact me personally via email, and we can arrange a meeting. Of course, in the current times, it will be a digital meeting, but you are more than welcome to do that. And then this is everything from my side. So I hope to see you in autumn 2020 in this course. So looking forward to meet you. Ciao.